Hey, what's going on guys, Elusive Me here, and before we start this video I just wanted you guys to quickly compare the microphone settings of this video with my last video, part 4 of my Dawnguard walkthrough, and compare them and let me know in the comment section below which one you prefer. Okay, now that I've said that, welcome back to part 5 of my Dawnguard walkthrough, and without further ado, let's get to it.
Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood. Of course. What is it? I've been asking myself the same thing since we came back to the castle. She was so sure of what we did to my father. I couldn't help but go along with her. I never thought of the cost. Possibly. I guess even a vampire mother is still a mother. She worried about me, about all of us. But she wanted to get me as far away from my father as possible before he really went over the edge. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I just didn't expect anyone to care how I felt about her. Thank you. Are we ready then? Alright, here goes.
So I'll be asking Serana a lot of questions because I want you guys to really understand the whole story.
By the blood of my ancestors. She created a portal to Soul. Incredible.
But is it safe for me? No, it is not.
You alright? That looked painful.
It was.
Are you alright? That looked painful. Now that I think about it, I should have expected that. Sorry. It's hard to describe. The Soul CAIRN is... well, hungry, for lack of a better word. It's trying to take your life essence as payment. There might be, but I don't think you're going to like it. Vampires aren't counted among the living. I could probably go through there without a problem.
Is that my only option?
Not your first choice, I'd guess?
No, it's not that. I just want to know if there are any other options.
We could just pay the toll another way. It wants a soul, so we give it a soul. Yours.
Okay, that is not happening.
My mother taught me a trick or two. I could partially soul trap you and offer that gem to the Ideal Masters. It might be enough to satisfy them. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the Soul CAIRN, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe.
As much as I love you, my soul stays
sorry.
where it is.
I wish I knew a better way, something that would be easier for you. Just know that whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes things just have to be done. I know that better than anybody.
Oh, don't worry, I'm not blaming you. It's just... I don't have a whole lot of options there. So I guess you will bite me in the neck after all.
What now?
Damn, how rude. So I've been weighing out my options and my soul going anywhere is a no-no. So just turn me into a vampire.
Are you sure? I'm willing to turn you, but you need to think it through. You've become the very thing you've sworn to destroy. I don't know how the Dawnguard will react.
I joined because I wanted a crossbow.
Turning someone is a very... personal thing for vampires. It's intimate. For us.
Oh wait, so it's
I
like...
don't want you to feel like I'm forcing you into this.
Oh, I get what you mean. It's cool. I'm glad you're doing this. Then.
Let's not waste too much time then.
Yeah, true.
I promise to try and make this as painless as possible. Hold still.
Okay, what the heck? Ouch! Oh. Oh, damn. Wait, that's it? It's not as bad as I thought. My eyes are yellow. Well, that's an improvement. Let's see what we can do. I see we have some new vampire powers. So that's what you have at your disposal. I guess it's not too bad, Vampire Lord. Let's see what I can do with it. Wait, Sarana, can you do that too? Or is it just me? I can kind of fly. I guess that will come in handy at some point. That looked pretty cool. Okay, that's used to reanimate a body. Oh, and that's my vampire skill tree. Very interesting. Let's see what we have. Power of the Grave. Oh, Vampiric Grip. I know, that's a good one. Summon Gargoyle looked pretty cool too. But I would have to feed on a lot of people to get some of those perks. I'm not exactly sure I have the time for it right now. I think me and Sarah are kinda busy trying to get an Elder Scroll, so I think that's a little bit more important. But anyway, let's try and get through this, shall we? Let's do this, let's go. Wait. Okay, that's how we go now. Ready, Sarana? Let's power up, let's go.
Can't imagine choosing to come here. My mother must have been terrified.
Yes, it does look very gothic and deserted. Well, kind of. I wonder what that was. It doesn't look friendly, for sure. It seems like not even a vampire would like to hang out in this place.
Where'd you come from?
Okay, let's see what we can do. Not much. Sarana, I need help. Oh crap. Okay, my vampire powers are not that strong. Okay, so I guess my vampire powers are not.
You must help me find my Arvak. He doesn't deserve to be in a place like this.
And maybe another time. I'm kind of in a rush here, pal. But at least we can move quickly. It's definitely faster than running, so that's one perk of being a vampire lord. This place has lightning. That's weird. Anyway. Yeah, my vampire powers are not that strong. And Regan, what? Is that a horse the guy was looking for? Hey, come back here. I don't want to eat you. Come back. Oh, baby, come back. Oh, crap. Okay, not you. Okay, so my vampire powers are not that strong and I need to go back to my old self.
Stay back.
You know, let's do this the old-fashioned way, shall we? Damn. Well, at least you know it works best. Anyway, maybe I should use a little bit of magic. Let's see. Vampiric Drain, perhaps? I wonder how far that'll get me. Well, the flames looks good. So many options. So I tried to use Healing Hands on Sarana, but her being obviously a vampire rendered it useless.
Mother? Mother!
Maker, it can't be. Sarana?
Okay, this reunion will be kinda long because I'll be asking a lot of questions.
Is it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Sarana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to stop him. To make everything right.
Wait a minute. You brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you.
It's alright, chill, we're only
So how has
dating.
it come to pass that a vampire hunter is in the company of my daughter? It pains me to think you'd travel with Sarana under the guise of her protector in an effort to hunt me down.
Actually, I have no interest in you whatsoever. Only in Serana.
I find your choice of words quite interesting, considering that Serana is in far more danger now than she was following my foolish plan.
Oh, I don't think so.
Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you.
Well, I don't think you know who I am. I'm Dragonborn.
You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself. When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Ariel and his arcane weapon, Ariel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon. Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor. Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible. If Harkon obtained Ariel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires. And how exactly do you plan on stopping him? Have you been listening to me? Like Serana, I'm a pure-blooded vampire. My presence on Tamriel is as much of a danger as hers. You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. Whether or not you've become one of us in order to survive the Soul CAIRN, you're still a vampire hunter at heart. You're here because we're abominations in your mind. Evil creatures that need to be destroyed. Serana? This stranger aligns himself with those that would hunt you down and slay you like an animal. Yet I should entrust you to him.
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you! I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father!
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Oh, Serana, if you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him, before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me, but for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can. Yes, I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins. You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down. One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming the cairn. Be wary of him. The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the Keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat. Harkon's vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness, where the vampire can flourish, and never again fear the tyranny of the sun. What he fails to realize is how much attention would be called to our kind if the prophecy came to fruition. If eternal night fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal. The order of the day would be our destruction, until every last vampire was hunted down and eliminated. I do. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the only way we can continue to survive in the future. When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Masters, the custodians of this place. I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they craved. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here. The Ideal Masters unleashed their keepers and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins. Unfortunately, yes. Since the Keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach. Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which will give in. I know very little about them. They're mystic entities that lord over the Soul Cairn, controlling every aspect from its fabric to its appearance. While some necromancers believe they are the crystalline structures dotting the Soul Cairn, I believe there's more to it than that. I think they transcend what we perceive as a physical form. Perhaps they were once corporeal beings, but they've obviously reached a point where they no longer require a tangible presence. Conduits, through which the Ideal Masters speak to their underlings and feed on their victims. The Ideal Masters' weakness is their insatiable hunger for pure souls. It's the reason for the Soul Cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining with them. The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as one would conjure an Atronak or Daedra. However, the majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the Ideal Masters wind up here as harvested souls. As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, your body has become attuned to it. Let's just say a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its place, a bit of the Soul Cairn filled the void. You should find no difficulty using the portal any longer. Be careful, and keep my daughter safe.
Let's kill those keeper things and get back to the prison. I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. Relieved, I think. All those things had been building for a while. You have no idea how long I wanted to say that to her. Look, I loved my father, but when he found that prophecy, that became his life. Everything else, even me and my mother, we just became clutter. I was close with my mother, but she just kept feeding me her opinions of him, and eventually I started believing them. The moment we gave ourselves to Molik Bal, things got really icy between them. They were both drunk with power, and pulling in different directions. And then he found that prophecy, and that was it. I was. Honestly, it took me up until now to figure out that my mother was really just as bad as he was. He was obsessed with power. She was obsessed with seeing him fail. It was just so toxic. Maybe I could have seen this coming. We could all be better off now. Oh, they definitely were. I just wonder if that meant it was my job to be giving. Anyway, we should keep moving.
Well, you can't blame yourself for that either, so don't worry about it. I'm here now, right? Okay, bad idea. That does absolutely nothing on this guardian. Perhaps I'll do more damage on a human, but for now we have to find something else. Yeah, that's what I thought, bitch. Okay, and that takes care of one keeper, only 2 more to go. Whoa. Oh yeah, of course, Dragonborn weapons. I totally forgot about those. They are actually stronger than Daedric, so I'll have to get myself one at some point. They definitely do not like lightning, so that's good to see.
That'll teach you.
I know, right? Me and you make a good team. Huh. The reason why the damage is so low is because I think I still have level 15 in two-handed because I practically never use it. Anyway, let's get back now. Almost forgot there was one more keeper. Anyway, we are on the way now. Let's see what he has. I think the last one has a bow here. Dragonbone bow, so that would be nice to get to add to my collection. I'm gonna finish him off with flames just because I can. Oh wow. Whoa, that guy managed to stay up longer than I expected. His health regen must have been pretty strong. Anyway, now is the time to get back to Valerica. Okay, so it's good to see the barriers down. I'm just gonna sell this power. See?
You managed to destroy all 3 keepers? Very impressive.
It was nothing really.
Yes. Please follow me. Keep watch for Durnevere. With the prison's barrier down, he's almost certain to investigate.
The sooner we get out of this place, the better.
I guess you prefer flowers and all that.
I don't think I could be doing this alone.
It's okay, maybe one day I'll need a favor from you.
Just what my mother told me. I've also studied a little bit on my own, but there's not much. When something is trapped in a soul gem, and then the energy is used for powering an enchantment, the remnants are sent here. Well, I think it's specifically the black ones. I don't know if the soul cairn takes just any leftovers. Look at this place. Do you think anything would want to live here? The only things that can survive here are the ideal masters, the undead, and the souls themselves. Well, if you want to call that living. I don't think anyone's ever met the ideal masters. I'm not even sure anyone knows what they look like. They could be underground, flying above us. They might be the ground, I have no idea. Lots of theories. Some say they feed on them like I feed on blood. Others think they use them as payment to an even higher power, almost like a currency. A very strange currency. Whatever they're doing with them, they've been harvesting for millennia. No telling how many souls are trapped here. Look around you. There are some extremely powerful undead here. Even a necromancer as seasoned as my mother would be willing to spend years trying to gain access to them. Exactly. It's a lost art. Most necromancers just raise up whatever bodies are nearby. A simple trick, really. Child's play. But bringing something from the soul cairn gives you something much more powerful. Well, that's usually the trick. It's possible to do it through a simple portal. But to finalize the deal, you have to travel here yourself. And most of them never come back.
Okay, like I said, I would be asking a lot of questions to find more info about this place. Anyway, let's do this. Looks like a giant arena. And would you look at that? Now I actually don't know if I got him or if it was you. I guess I'll never find out, will I?
Forgive my astonishment, but I never thought I'd witness the death of that dragon.
I'm Dragonborn, like I said.
Volumes written on Durnevere allege that he can't be slain by normal means. It appears they were mistaken. Unless... the soul of a dragon is as resilient as its owner's scaly hide. It's possible that your killing blow has merely displaced Durnevere's physical form while he reconstitutes himself. Minutes, hours, years. I can't even begin to guess. I suggest we don't wait around to find out. Now, let's get you the Elder Scroll and you can be on your way.
Yes, let's get the Elder Scroll, and this lightning is so damn loud. Wow. I was just double checking if you didn't have it in your pocket. Oh wow, so loud.
What did you want?
Hey, what do you mean? Of course I'm after this. How did you manage to survive with this lightning around for that long? It's beyond me.
I don't think I could be doing this alone.
Don't worry, we are heading right back. I just needed to take a couple of things.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know, it's okay. Since there are no more questions to be asked,
I don't think I could be doing this alone.
let's head back.
Now that you've retrieved the Elder Scroll, you should be on your way. I have no choice. As I told you before, I'm a daughter of Cold Harbor. If I return to Tamriel, that increases Harkon's likelihood of bringing the tyranny of the sun to fruition. I appreciate your concern for me, but Serana is all that I care about. You must keep her safe at all costs. Remember that Harkon is not to be trusted. No matter what he promises, he'll deceive you in order to get what he wants. And promise me you'll keep my daughter safe. She's the only thing of value.
I'm glad we found the scroll. I wish you could come with us.
Yeah, me too.
Come on, let's go.
Whoa. You came back. Oh crap.
Stay your weapons. I would speak with you, Quinarin.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Cursed, not dead. Doomed to exist in this form for eternity. Trapped between Laas and Enoch. Between life and death. I believe in civility among seasoned warriors, and I find your ear worthy of my words. My claws have rended the flesh of innumerable foes, but I have never once been felled on the field of battle. I therefore honor name you Quinarin, or Vanquisher in your tongue. Your words do me great honor. My desire to speak with you was born from the result of our battle, Quinarin. I merely wish to respectfully ask a favor of you. For countless years I've roamed the Soul Cairn in unintended service to the Ideal Masters. Before this, I roamed the skies above Tamriel. I desire to return there. I fear that my time here has taken its toll upon me. I share a bond with this dreaded place. If I ventured far from the Soul Cairn, my strength would begin to wane until I was no more. I will place my name with you, and grant you the right to call my name from Tamriel. Do me this simple honor, and I will fight at your side as your Graze Mazen, your ally, and teach you my Thum. Trivial in your mind, perhaps. For me, it would mean a great deal. I don't require an answer, Quinarin. Simply speak my name to the heavens when you feel the time is right. There was a time when I called Tamriel my home, but those days have long since passed. The Dova roamed the skies, vying for their small slices of territory that resulted in immense and ultimately fatal battles. I was, but unlike some of my brethren, I sought solutions outside the norm in order to maintain my superiority. I began to explore what the Dova call Elok Gillan, the ancient forbidden art that you call necromancy. The Ideal Masters assured me that my powers would be unmatched, that I could raise legions of the undead. In return, I was to serve them as a keeper until the death of the one who calls herself Valerica. I discovered too late that the Ideal Masters favor deception over honor, and had no intention of releasing me from my binding. They had control of my mind, but fortunately they couldn't possess my soul. Free? No. I have been here too long, Quinarin. The Soul Cairn has become a part of what I am. I can never fully call Tamriel my home again, or I would surely perish. I only hope that you will allow me the precious moments of time there, through your call.
Maybe we can come back for Serana's mom once this is all over.
I'm glad we found the scroll, but I wish she could come with us.
I know, me too. I'm just
Yes?
happy we made it out alive.
I can't say it surprises me. I kind of figured we were heading for this someday. I just didn't know when. If. I've been assuming that's where all this is going. I've been trying to make my peace with it. Come on, we can talk about this another time.
Okay, we will. Anyway, yeah, let's move on. And that is it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Like always, have a nice day and stay awesome.